Halo Sobat Aliper, semoga hari ini membawa kebahagiaan dan kesehatan. Di video kali ini kita akan menyaksikan alih musik dunia membaca keunikan cover Alip Bata. Seperti apa kesurannya, kopi mana kopi, inilah dia.
Following this channel, and if you're not, you're about to find out. He's really good.
Amazing.
His name is Alip Bata.
And he's so
Yes, from Indonesia.
and the way he arranges the songs that he plays,
To watch
amazing.
Alip Bata actually play the Godfather theme song, fingerstyle cover. Now, actually, this song, I grew up in the 80s, so the Godfather was like one of the biggest movie back then. You hear it all the time, and I'm kind of guilty of not really watching the movies because I was a little too young for that. But this song, the theme song, has always been kind of like in my head. I try to learn this on guitar, but I just play electric guitar, so I can't really like pull the finger picking and stuff like that. I really love to watch him
perform Fingerstyle by Alip Bata. And I especially want to thank all of the Alipers for their warm welcome. I've reacted to a couple of his videos recently, and the comments and just outpouring have been great. Tons of recommendations for songs to react to. And so The Godfather is just a classic movie, and the theme is just an all-time classic. And so there's a long list of songs of his that I want to react to, but this is one that really caught my attention just because I love it so much. And I'm really fascinated to see how he's going to do this arrangement. I've said a number of times that the way he arranges his songs is, just as much of a talent as actually being able to play them. And so let's go ahead and give this. I mean, this one, the original theme, as I hear it in my head, has a lot of guitar in it already. But
Every single one of the songs we've checked out by him, he just takes the song and makes it his own arrangement of all the instruments into the fingerstyle guitar.
So good. And this song, I am super excited for.
Yes, I love this song.
You play movie a bunch of times.
Yes, it's The Godfather.
The Godfather.
Plum, 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 plum. You know the song.
The song.
Anyway, guys, let's get to this. Alip Bata, fingerstyle, Godfather.
Give it to me.
I am ready for this.
I'm ready.
holy cow, that's gorgeous. I'm going to go back a little bit. Just because I loved his use of harmonics, but more importantly, but the thing that caught my attention is he's playing a certain crispness to the notes that almost makes it sound like a 12-string guitar. I had to double check that he didn't have any extra strings on there. It's just, the normal 6, but it sounded like a 12-string.
childhood really fast.
what I think's happening here is he's kind of, playing the theme and then doing his own little run thing that I don't think those runs were in the original soundtrack. But I think it's a really, like, if it is something he's added, it's always you have to be very confident if you're gonna add things to a classic piece of music like this, and I think he's doing it absolute justice when he does that. It's easy to get lost in what he's playing, and I'm trying to also keep an eye on the technical things that he's doing. And he's throwing in so many different techniques. I'm not going to call them all out. I'm just going to kind of marvel a little bit at how smoothly he's able to incorporate all of these different things. Was 3 minutes. That felt like it was about 30 seconds. It was so easy to get just lost in what he was doing there. That was gorgeous. Wow. No, I love that. If you like that style of music, there is a piece of music by a guitar player named Pierre Bensusan called La Hora Española that reminds me of that a little bit. There are certain sections to it that kind of have a similar feel to it, to the Godfather theme. In fact, I remember when I first heard it, there was one little section that I always thought to myself of like, oh, this is the Godfather theme. So you might want to check that out if you're looking for something similar. But this was gorgeous, and I'm inspired to go and listen to a few more of his songs. I'm going to have to do some other things just to mix it up a little bit, but I know I've got a lot more Alip Bata in my future for sure.
This guy,
great song.
Watch him play. I need to practice more, or at least should start learning about fingerstyle picking. For some reason, I just watch other people do that part because I'm not coordinated enough to get all these fingers together. I'm kind of like a pick guy. I grab my pick, right there. I just play with it because I feel like, like awful when it comes to this. Anyway, again, another good song, another amazing rendition by him. Of course.
First of all, it was completely different than I imagined it was going to be.
Yeah.
I was expecting something else. I guess because I've heard other fingerstyle covers of The Godfather, like on nylon guitars.
Okay.
So one thing I loved about this particular version is that he didn't stick to like the way the other ones sound. It's like he was using a lot of the bass strings. He was doing a wicked chord construction so that he can pop multiple notes at a certain time, and then he was doing that really weird shit which I still don't know exactly what he was doing. You know what I mean?
Yes, I know. He went up the fretboard a little bit. He did went down.
That sound he was getting out of that.
Well, the first time he did that sound, it was hilarious. My eyes were closed, and I was like just jamming, and I heard it, and I opened my eyes, and I caught the end of whatever he was doing, and I caught it the second time and stuff. But
yeah,
that was really weird, and it sounded amazing. And
I was just trying to figure out what exactly he was doing to get to whether he was just like slightly bending that bass string and then sliding down on it and then letting it go, or initially I thought he fucked with the tuning peg for a minute to do that, or maybe like a lot of the times, or using some of the strings that go to the tuning peg on the top and getting a weird noise from that.
But
I don't know.
He did some wild trickery.
Yeah, the whole thing was awesome, just in the fact that it was arranged so different from every other. Like you can go on YouTube and probably find 10,000 covers of The Godfather on guitar, whether it be classical, electric, doesn't matter, on any instrument. Everybody covers the song. It's a beautiful song.
It is. But to see it this way, I don't. That's what makes I think. Well, for me,
Alip Bata.
Alip Bata. That's
Yeah.
what makes him so interesting, because the way he arranges it is so unique to what I keep seeing.
Yeah.
You know, all the covers, like Bohemian Rhapsody cover. The way he arranges it is so unique.
Yeah, his arrangements are totally different. And like I said, I went into this thinking it was going to be something totally different than it was. So watching it, I'm like, it really intrigued me, like how he was just really focusing on carrying the melody more on the bottom end of the strings. You know what I mean?
So good.
And then he would pluck the top end just to give it, you know. And then he went into the second part where he was, you know, playing it up on the higher and then doing the little scales in between. And then he would go back to the chord and then do it, you know, slightly lower register. So it was really cool.
There was one note he hit, which was really cool. He kept doing it. He would hold down the string and do something, but it was just such a neat sound.
Yeah, he kept tapping a bunch of harmonics too on the fretboard to get this. He's very good at that, you know, and very articulated. And I'm sure that, you know, that you have to practice that a lot, because one time that he hits that and it doesn't make the noise, he's got to re-record this whole shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right. Or he might like hold something where it mutes the string he wants to get that on. Oh my God.
His technique is probably so good by this point though that he just doesn't ever fail at that.
Oh, the muting.
You know,
part,
if you practice that enough, you'll get good enough where you know how much the strings got to vibrate so that harmonic pops really nice and sharp. You know, because those harmonics are contingent on your string vibrating and you stopping it on the fret right itself so that it pops, you know. But if your string's not vibrating enough, it won't ring as long. You know, it'll die quicker, the harmonic. So he gets them perfect every time.
He does.
And he does it like in every song too, which is awesome.
And the sound like is so, it just sustains. It's so ding.
Awesome cover of the Godfather. Different. Love how he's just completely thought outside of the box, the Godfather box.
Yeah, even the beginning of the way it sounded,
Everything.
I was like, I haven't heard it at the beginning this way.
Yeah.
It, just everything about it
His
was
arrangements
so
are
awesome.
always super cool, super original.
So cool.
You know?
Thank
Very
you.
original.
Oh, thank you.
That's
I like
awesome. There's going to be some more coming.
Yes, thank you guys so much.
Take good care of yourselves.
Bye.
And each other.
Sekian video reaksi hari ini, semoga bisa menghibur Anda semua. Terima kasih sudah menonton video ini sampai akhir. Sampai jumpa di video selanjutnya.